Hello, everybody. Scott Stafford. Court in session. I love to do this. I'm today honored to be with Harrison from Commerce Law, and he's going to tell us a little bit. Welcome, and then tell us a little bit about what Commerce Law does.
Absolutely. It's great speaking with you, Scott. My name is Harrison Scott, and I'm the Director of Firm Operations at Commerce Law Partners.
Perfect.
So we are a litigation firm in Dallas, Texas that focuses on business disputes, usually litigations, but appeals and among other things. And our typical client is a mid-market company or a family office. So the kind of big-time smackdown fights, that's what we deal with.
Perfectly well said. With a Mike Tyson glove in the background,
yes,
your
right there,
company is not afraid, right, to take the fight to the courtroom, right, and to make sure that you guys stand up for what's right. And that is really important when choosing a law firm to represent you, right? Not that you're just going to settle the case, but they're going to stand up for your reputation. So let me ask you a little bit about Peeklogic's reputation. How was it working with Peeklogic? What kind of solution did they implement for your law firm?
Working with Peeklogic has been fantastic.
Great.
Peeklogic is helping us with a solution called CaseCloud. It's by a company called Mitratech, formerly known as Advologics. And it is a legal case management system that is built on top of Salesforce. And they're also helping us implement the MarketingCloud account engagement, as well as the SalesCloud. And so our focus there was, in our firm, we had a lot of different silos. There were different programs that we had to use for different things. And with CaseCloud being built on top of Salesforce, everything from outbound sales and marketing all the way to servicing a client is all going to be done within one platform, which is Salesforce.
Perfect. I love it. So you know a little bit about law, right? And making sure that things go according to plan, right? And standing up for what's right. I want to ask you about the solution and working with Peeklogic. How was the experience working with them?
It's been great so far. We're still in progress, so we should be implementing fully sometime this month, starting with CaseCloud and then moving on to the MarketingCloud and also the SalesCloud. But working with Peeklogic has been wonderful. Everyone from Sergey to Maxym, who's our developer, he's incredible. Very, very intelligent, great customer service. And Maxym, from what we've seen, has built a very fantastic product. So we're excited.
I love to hear that. That's incredible. So for collaboration, you guys might be on a different time zone. How do you guys actually collaborate back and forth? What product are you using to do that? And then I'd also like to hear if there's any issues with the different time zone or getting a hold of the Peeklogic team.
Sure, absolutely. So they've been very good with their timing.
Perfect.
And Peeklogic is based out of Texas, actually, but obviously uses people in Poland and Ukraine. And that's worked fine for us. And we've had a very easy time scheduling with them. And what we were doing was weekly, we would have a call at a set time with our developer, Maxym. And always on time, and that was perfect. And we all communicate typically on Slack. Sometimes it has to go on email.
I love that you're using Slack, right? That's just where people communicate. Even in the law department, people are using Slack all around the world. That's incredible.
Right, and Slack has actually been great. We weren't considering Slack before for ourselves, and now using them with Peeklogic, we're actually going to implement it as part of our system. So we're excited. Slack works great, and it's easy to keep up with things. But yeah, as far as scheduling, everything has been very seamless, and they're all very flexible at Peeklogic, and that's been very helpful to us because we're very busy people every once in a while. So that's been great.
I love it. So for this particular call and session, I get to be the judge, right? And I want to hear, what is the verdict with Peeklogic?
For Peeklogic, I would not hesitate to recommend them to anyone else.
Oh, that's great.
Peeklogic is incredible, from the owner to the developer to the support staff. They are fantastic. They're great to work with, and they are very, very talented. And we looked for developers for a long time. I mean, it was months. And I cannot tell you how many demos we had with these other developers. And Peeklogic is what we landed on, and we could not be happier, and we feel strongly that we made the right decision. We've seen so far, we're very excited to use, and Maxym in particular, our developer, he's been very understanding of what we're looking for, even though I know
Perfect.
he doesn't have a legal background, and that was something at first that we were, I'd say, a little bit concerned about. We wanted to make sure that our needs translated,
Right.
and Maxym has understood everything that we've thrown his way, has done custom developing to sort of connect some things that help us a little bit more and make everything more seamless. They
Perfect.
connected our phone system, which is called 3CX.
Great.
We have something called Revenue Grid, which is going to connect to our Outlook.
Oh, wow.
And so basically it captures all the emails, puts it directly into CaseCloud.
That's
And
incredible.
that's been great. It's going to integrate with SharePoint and all sorts of other things. So it's really been great. And Maxim's a superhero. So he's done a great job.
Perfect. I love it. So with that said, case closed. Peeklogic did an excellent job. Thank you.
Absolutely.